What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more hard trance, and this is one with definitely an acid component, though I wouldn't necessarily call it acid trance per se. We're talking about a tune by Cocooma, who is a German duo. They made a lot of really famous hard trance tune in the mid to late 90s, but 95, 96, so right sort of in the middle of the decade. I believe they've made tunes and or remixes in more recent years. I think a lot of that may be digital, but as I said, they're famous for a lot of their hard trance tune in the mid-90s. I've mentioned in some older videos, EDM, a German label. It's a cool label that I discovered pretty early on when I started buying records because I was looking for hard trance, acid trance. In the grand scheme of things, it's not one of my favorite acid trance or hard trance labels. I think some of the tracks have a more dated sound. They just sound like of their era, certainly, and great for that fact, but by the time you get to like 96, 97, 98, there's other hard trance labels and tracks and artists that caught my brain a bit more. Again, Noom, Eve, Teleka, Time Unlimited, which is also a German label. So again, I'm fond of Cocooma and EDM, and I have a few other records from that label, but it's not my absolute favorite. But of all the Cocooma tunes, maybe District of Power is on the same level, but Virtual Experience is probably my favorite, and it's one that here appears on a Spanish label. Is it Blanco and Negro? Yeah, Blanco and Negro, and obviously licensed from EDM, so I think this is from like a year or two after the original EDM version. It doesn't show the year here, of course, but I would guess this came out maybe like 97 or something. Either way, I didn't get it until years later. This is one that I got courtesy of Discogs. Once I started buying records online, and it was a track that I had heard in a mixtape or maybe a party many years earlier, and unlike some tracks from that era, there's a very clear sample that is also the name of the track. Sometimes you hear a sample and you look for a track by that name, but that's not actually the name of the tune, or sometimes the sample is, you know, sort of affected vocally, or you can't quite make it out clearly, so even if it is the name of the track, you can't find it until you just happen to stumble upon it. But as I said, I had known this one for a while. I was able to find it on a, what's the right word? Like third-party label that had licensed it. But here we go. This is Cocooma. The track is Virtual Experience. I want to say it's like 95, maybe 96, but I will try to look afterward. And away we go. Maybe 45? I guess we'll find out. Beep, boop, beep. Energetic. That's another one by them. That's on the same level of. Little bubbling acid line. That animalistic vocal. This metallic bass line. That goes back. The track goes in phases, quite literally.
You have now accessed phase 1. Desperation!
Metallic, edgy acid work. Big 90s snare build.
Experience. Close your eyes.
Luca knows what she's talking about.
Concentrate. 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 Let darkness surround you.
I like that rolling melody sort of
Feel your
shifting.
soul. Higher and higher. You have now accessed the end.
A bit of melancholy to the melody. The kick drum. Thump. Like the deep tonal version of the melody. I like when tracks strip down or clean up like that. Sort of refocus. More acid. I'm ready. That whip when it comes in. Those shifts up and down. Their tunes were often very fast. I mean, all hard trance in the 90s was fast, especially like mid 90s. Like 95, it was like up in the like 170, 180 territory in some cases. But yeah, as I said, Pablo Gargano, Cores, Commander Tom, there's a few other producers in the hard trance / acid trance vein that, you know, I will ultimately put on a higher pedestal than Cocooma, but as I said, there were a few of their tunes, Energetic, this one, District of Power, and that record I eventually sold, which it just, the condition of the record had gotten to the point where I felt like I may not play this so much anymore, it's got some pops and so on, but now, you know, years later, I regret selling it. It was still cool to have it despite it having a bit of wear, so unfortunate, but I do have Energetic. Don't remember in the moment if I reacted to it. If not, I'll come back for it soon. As you might not be surprised to hear, the two acid sections before the main breakdown and drop and then after are my two favorite, but that melodic run in the main breakdown and drop is fantastic, and as I said, I like the way that rolling tonal melody goes through a few different configurations, including that one with the deep sort of melodic sound to it. Almost as if it's sort of xylophone. I don't think it's, even a keyboard xylophone kit, but something about it has a sort of a struck sound compared to the more bleepy versions before that. But yeah, as I said, a really top track that is very indicative of mid-90s hard trance. Let me know what you think, and I will see you next time. Peace.